have all of you guys with us today. You know, Fringe is really the heartbeat of Theater Row. I mean, June has literally become, I know most of the theater, all the theater managers really, our favorite month of the year. Just to see the activity and the energy and the incredible theater that comes out of it is spectacular. So you guys are really in, for those of you who have where this is your first Fringe Festival, you guys are in for a real treat. It's pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Ben. He's going to...
Hi, everybody. Hey, Ben. Hi. What a nice crowd. More people here than were at my wedding. All right. First of all, a big special thanks to Mr. Mike Aberson in the Hudson Theater. So thank you. It was commented upon that I did a lot of pacing last time, every time, and I'm going to keep doing that. Okay. Our focus tonight, this is the final town hall of the Hollywood Fringe 2015 season. We do have another workshop, a couple more events, but this is the last quote-unquote town hall. So we made it! Don't know exactly what we did, but well done us. Our focus tonight. So the first one was about getting started. The second one's about marketing and promotion, everyone's favorite topic. This one is about, is my fly open? Good, okay. Yes. All right, good. It's open, good. All right, the focus tonight is ticketing, networking, and a little bit of community involvement. By community, I mean this community. And that's what we're talking about today. I'd also like to say, for all of you that didn't sign that waiver, we are being recorded right now. Hello! And everyone, a wave hello to everyone who can't be here, including all the national and international participants. Hi! There are a lot of people here saying hi just to you. All right, and you know what? I think we want to do an Instagram. Everyone's following Instagram, the Hollywood Fringe Festival Instagram, because we do what you should. Here's the person, Megan McCullough, our outreach director, who manages our Instagram account. Yes! She's going to take a picture of all of us now. So everyone's, hi, let's get cozy. Look at me and be pleasant. 1, 2, 3. Delightful. Delightful. So everyone, open up your little Instagram app and follow us, because you get to see a picture of yourself if there ever wasn't a cooler reason to do it. This will be live tweeted on hashtag HFF15. Everyone thank Bella for live tweeting. Yes! Just going to make you cheer over and over and over again. For those of you who don't know, we do have a mixer after this. It is never too early to start drinking. We're over at the 3 clubs. For the 6 of you that haven't been there yet, you walk down Santa Monica, or drive, I guess. Walk down Santa Monica, take a left on Vine, and it's right there on the left. There's a sign that says cocktails. It's that cool swingers bar that's cool because nobody knows where it is, and that makes you cool. All right, that's after this. We do have cheapish alcohol. We have happy hour prices today because everyone knows that 2 o'clock on a Saturday is happy hour. We're going to do this. I'm going to give you some information. I'm going to try to burn through it quickly. Feel free to take notes on your laptop and your cell phone. I won't feel hurt. And after all this, we're going to have a Q&A. Unless it's something monumentally urgent, please try to hold your questions until the end. So without further ado, I think I said all the intro stuff. We'll talk about the cool stuff. All right, key dates. As I mentioned, we still have one more producer-type event coming up, and that is the 4th workshop. Interesting. We used to only have 2 workshops and 3 town halls. This year we have 4 workshops because we added our fantastic venue workshop at the beginning. And we're ending it this year, hosted by Mr. Brandon Baruch and Mr. Corwin. What's his last name?
Brandon Baruch.
Brandon Baruch.
Corwin Everett.
Corwin, there we go. Are hosting a How to Tech Your Show workshop. It was the missing link in the past. So now you will know how to tech your show if you attend that workshop on Saturday, May 16th at 4 p.m. at the Theater Asylum. And we have Mr. Matt Quinn here from the Theater Asylum. Yes. Very good. We also, raise your hand if you have been to an office hours yet this time. Raise your hand if you don't know what office hours is. All right, so Megan, why don't you tell us about office hours?
Hello. So my name's Megan, and in addition to running the Fringe Instagram, I host office hours every Wednesday at different bars around Hollywood. We have a hashtag which is called Drinking About Fringe. So as you can imagine, it's quite a pleasant time. It starts at 6 o'clock every Wednesday. Next Wednesday we will be at 9 on Vine, which is on Vine just south of Fountain, so quite close to here. They are doing amazing specials for us on food and beverage. It starts at 6 o'clock. The official published anytime is 8 o'clock, but usually it's like 11:30 that people start to go home. So if you have rehearsals, please stop by. It's a really nice casual setting to meet staff as well as different participants. Everybody gets to know each other, and when we get into main festival time, you'll already have a bunch of Fringe friends. So please do join us. If you're on Twitter or on social, you can find us at hashtag Drinking About Fringe for more info about where we're going to be. I will be there every week with a smile on my face, ready to see you all. So please join us.
Yay! All right, so we've got 2 more official office hours, next Wednesday and the Wednesday after that. And then we kind of cap off the office hours with the Fringe Benefit at a wonderful venue that's been a partner with ours since 2010, which actually hosted the opening night party of the inaugural Fringe Festival. And that's down on Hollywood. It's called the King. Those that haven't been to the King, you're in for a treat. And those that have, well, I guess you're still in for a treat. So there you go. That's a good time. Tickets are on sale. They're cheap for participants. It's a benefit. But really it is to benefit all of us because all that money that we raise obviously goes back into the Fringe Festival. So that is May 27th at the King. Tickets on sale now. Hope to see you there. It is the party to begin all parties. It's kind of a weird thing to say. Then on June 4th, what happens?
That's my birthday.
I said raise your hands. Okay, you were right there. It is your birthday?
Yes.
Happy birthday. It is also the opening of previews. That is the beginning. June 4th. June 4th to June 9th, we have previews. Hopefully you guys know what those are now. On June 10th, that's Wednesday, June 10th, the biggest performing arts party of the year in Los Angeles, and dare I say the world, the opening night party of the Hollywood Fringe Festival 2015 that will be taking place at Fringe Central at the Dragonfly at 6510. I think I got that right. 6510 Santa Monica Boulevard. That's where the last town hall was. We're going to trick that place out. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a couple of bands. We're going to have walk-around stuff. There's going to be great booze, food trucks, and everyone in the Fringiverse. In the past, we have attracted 600 people. We expect more this year. So I suggest getting there maybe a little early. Could it hurt you? It is a lot of fun. I have a hell of a lot of fun every year. So definitely join us then. And you can too, because we don't let you schedule performances on that day. So you technically have that day off unless your nasty director told you that you needed to rehearse on that day. Okay. And then we have the 11th to the 28th, which is, I suppose, when the actual Fringe Festival happens. That's the 11th through the 28th. We have some events that I'm excited to tell you about during the Fringe itself. All of these events are at Fringe Central at 6510 Santa Monica Boulevard. The first one is the Fringe Runway. And yes, this is something that we started last year kind of on a whim. We had so much fun, we decided to do it again. So we have a couple judges. Last year, at least, once was a drag queen friend of mine, and the other was a David Bowie imposter. David Bowie imposter. And they say very, very catty things as you in your costume walk up and down the Fringe runway. So, if you have a super special costume that you'd like to show off to the world, how fabulous you are, then mark June 17th at 8 p.m. at Fringe Central down on your calendars. It will be fun. I guess we're just telling people to show up in costume and we'll get them in, sign them up, get them in. We're not going to have a whole song and dance.
More details to come.
More details to come. The likelihood is you just need to show up in costume and we'll get you on the list, and then you get to be mocked on microphone by a drag queen and a David Bowie imposter. It's fantastic fun. We all have a good time. Impersonator. That's the word I was going for, but I settled on imposter and I'm sticking to that. Fringe Prom. Fringe prom, the prom that every theater kid wanted but didn't have because all the jocks beat you up before you got there. Fringe prom is a blast. We will have dancing, we will have fun. The theme of Fringe prom this year is 90s. So get out all of your 90s fun time. Oh, by the way, going back a couple seconds, the benefit, the theme is fancy dress. And not the UK fancy dress where you dress up like a clown or a bear. American fancy dress where you put on nice clothes. So wear your nicest things to the benefit. Wear your most 90s Nirvana-esque, however you want to interpret that, to the Fringe prom on Wednesday, June 24th at 2015. That is the year, at 8 p.m. Okay, so Fringe prom. It's fun, it's a blast. Then Fringe Rocks, Friday, June 26th, 8 p.m. Also in the year 2015 AD. That is Fringe Rocks. Fringe Rocks is fun. We are keeping up a tradition that we started our very first year, second year.
Well,
technically, which is live band karaoke. So we have the Moon Units, the musical section of the Lost Moon Radio, who have been with us for many years as an award-winning Fringe show. This year, we have no Lost Moon, but we do have the Moon Units. So you're halfway there, and they will rock behind you as you sing. The nice thing about the Fringe karaoke is that people can actually sing. So that's the nice thing. If you can't sing, it's all for fun anyway. So mark that down in your calendars if you like that sort of thing. Friday, June 26th, 8 p.m. Fringe Rocks. And then June 29th.
8.
Shit. The copy paste year over year is just not doing it for me. June 28th is the awards and closing night. We're going to talk a little about the awards later on. But so you know, last day of the Fringe, Sunday evening, we have the awards night. And it's always fun. It's always fun. All right. Let's talk a little bit about Fringe Central. As I mentioned, it's at the Dragonfly Club, 6510 Santa Monica Boulevard. As Fringe veterans will tell you, that is the headquarters, it's the hub, it's where people come after their shows, where people drink before your shows, where you can drink before your shows as well if you play like that, no judgment. It's a lot of fun. The nice thing about Fringe Central is that you can go at any time. It's a bar/clubhouse just for you guys. You can sit in a corner and look, and you can see, dozens/hundreds of people that you know and you've seen in shows that are friendly. The vibe is amazing there. The bartenders are nice. So it's a unique Los Angeles experience in that way. So definitely welcome you all. We are open every day, starting on June 10th to June 29th. 28th. To June, just making sure Dave's on his toes. To June 28th, we're there every night, every day. We open up during the week at 5 p.m. We open up during the weekend at 2 p.m. We stay up later, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That's Fringe Central. It's a blast. It's the home of one thing. It's also the home of what we call the box office/concierge. We go back and forth on that. Box office isn't really what it is. Concierge sounds a little too pretentious. So imagine a word somewhere between box office and concierge. And that's where we can answer questions for you or your patrons on how to Fringe. It's also where you can pick up the official festival t-shirt, which will go on sale on opening night party on June 10th. As well as other bits and pieces of things that we're producing this year for your fun merchandise experience. And there we go. One thing we didn't need to talk about, and it's home of Brian's Bar. Brian's Bar is the infamous Fringe watering hole, a turn of phrase we use every year. You get special, uber special prices, especially from an LA perspective. You can get a beer for close $4 there with your button. So if you get a button, and everyone should have a button, if you don't have one, who doesn't have a button? Oh, Jesus. All right, so we're going to be selling buttons here afterwards. If you are the primary producer on your project on our system, you get a button for free. If you are not the primary producer, you get $2 off. It's $3. Stina over here will take your orders. We might actually need to get some help considering all the people here, so please be patient. And we'll get you your Fringe buttons. One of these things. And Fringe buttons get you buku dollars off of drinks at Fringe Central. They get you deals at Fringe Hotspots, and that's hollywoodfringe.org/hotspots, which are local businesses with whom we have partnered. And you can get special deals, including, I think, right here at the Hudson Cafe, and Eat This right there, where we eat a lot during the Fringe because they give us discounts. And yes, and it gives you, oh, by the way, $1 off every ticket. So I'll repeat this. I said it before, but I see we have a few more people now. Here's the thing about the button. These give you a $1 off ticket when you buy it via the app or the box office, the official box office at Fringe Central, or on the website where most people buy their tickets. We don't control the doors, right? We don't control the doors. So we strongly suggest if you are running your own box office, honor this button when people walk by and give people a $1 off. Because if you don't, I won't do anything. But other people will. They'll say, what the hell? This show is not honoring the button. It will give you bad press. So be a good community person. If you're running box office at your show and somebody has a button, give them a $1 off. No one's forcing you to, but just to let you know, there have been Twitter shamings of people who haven't. And no one wants to be Twitter shamed. All right, good stuff. All right, sponsored drinks. We're doing a little differently this year. We have this concept called sponsored drinks. And that basically means that we will sell a drink that you concoct and brand, potentially after your show. And there will be a fun little, obviously. There'll be a fun little sign up front saying, tonight's special drink is the Ipsy Bitsy Clown in My Butt cocktail, or something like whatever you want to call it. And it includes, that's a weird name. It's a good Fringe show, though. And it includes this and this and this, and check out this show. They're the ones who're sponsoring it. To sponsor a Fringe drink at the bar, it costs you $100. It's different this year. We'll supply the product. It used to be you brought the product. This year we supply the product. You just give us $100, and we will sell your drink all night. And Bella is about to post a link to the forum for those of you on Twitter at HFF15 for those of you who want to sponsor a drink. So that's a fun little thing. Yes, additionally, Bella, do you want to come talk about Fringe Cabaret?
Do I have to?
I mean, I could talk about it.
Fringe Cabaret. Can I do it from here? Can everybody see me? Hi. So Fringe Cabaret, for those of you who are new, it's basically what it sounds like. It's a cabaret for you guys. It's a place for you to showcase your show. We present snippets of every show, mainly comedies and musicals, lighthearted stuff, clowning, live music, singing, stuff like that. Heavy-hitting drama, stuff like that, we tend to not put on the stage because we're trying to keep this a fun, lighthearted atmosphere. But I do also do raffles, so I'll give away tickets. So if you do have a drama or something that's a little more on the serious side, I will still promote your show. All you have to do is just donate a couple tickets or some swag, and we'll get you up there. There is a form an application form out for you to fill, and I will tweet that in a second as soon as I stop talking. Basically just fill that out, put that in. I'm going to start reviewing those on May 15th. So you can go ahead and submit now, but know that you won't get a response until after May 15th. Basically, I'm just asking you, all your show information, what your show is about, what you want to present at the Fringe, at the Cabaret. I'm giving up to 8-minute slots, so anywhere from 2 to 8 minutes is what you can have to present. What else? We're going to be running every night except Mondays and Wednesdays are the 2 dark nights. It's from 8 to 9 p.m., so approximately 60 minutes. We might run a little short, a little long, depending on who I have. Hi, you're like right next to me. Yeah. Does anyone have any immediate questions about Cabaret? I think I've covered it.
Do you want to talk about the the nature of the preferred content of Cabaret?
I did. I said musicals, comedy, clowning. The event is that.
I was listening. Yes. But there are things that are not cabaret friendly. I keep bringing up Long Day's Journey into Night. I don't know why this keeps going in my head. That not necessarily, unless you're doing the musical version of Long Day's Journey.
Dinosaurs are always welcome to Cabaret. If you have a show, you're totally in. So that's it about Cabaret for right now. If anyone has any questions later, feel free to find me. I'll probably be sitting right here.
Awesome.
Fringe Central?
Yes, Fringe Central.
And I'm tweeting the link out for the forum right now.
Okay, great. So thank you, Bella. All right. Let us talk now about ticketing, which have been on sale since May 1st. You probably already know that. First of all, pop quiz. What percentage of tickets go back to the participants? 100. Yes, that is correct. 100% of the tickets go back to you. It's part of sort of our conceit. We're not conceited, it's just our conceit. On top of every ticket buy, small service fees are charged. You probably noticed that. The service fees cover, what we need to pay Wells Fargo and an itsy-bitsy little bit on top of that. That goes back to the Fringe. We keep them, basically, the deal is if it's up to 15 bucks, the service fee is $1.75 a ticket, and then it very slowly climbs from there. So for those of you that have $100 tickets, first of all, good luck. And second of all, you'll have a larger service fee than, say, a $15 ticket would. So up to $15, it's $1.75 per ticket. Past that, it goes up very gradually. Ticket prices, there are technically 3 different types of ticket price. There's the regular price, which is what most people pay. There is the participant price, which you can set explicitly. This price doesn't go in the guide, so you don't have to worry about that. This is a guide. This is a price that participants get when they're logged in as themselves. So if I'm a participant, I go to the site, I log in, then I am now can avail myself of all of the participant pricing of shows. And you can set those prices, you the producers, can set those prices in your project dashboard. So if you go to your project page, click on the admin link, you see all of your performances. You can edit your performances there and establish a participant price. I say this every year, but we suggest keeping your participant price lower than the regular price, or at least the same. So just be aware that actually I don't let you do that. So I think at one point, because someone did it accidentally, I lowered their regular price but forgot to lower their participant price, and it was like $5 regular, $15 participant. It's like, screw you, participant. Don't come see my show. So yes, we suggest, unless you're the sort of show that has a built-in audience and just doesn't care about your fellow community members, I can maybe be a little judgmental. I would strongly suggest setting participant prices. It's a really great way to engage with the community, get people to come to your show, and it's just good fringing. There's also the community price. We talked a little bit about that. That is the button price. The button price will always be $1 off the regular price. And to answer the next technical math algorithm question, the lowest price wins. So if your normal price is $15, your community price is $14, $1 off the button, and the participant price is $13, and I'm a participant, I get $13. It's the lowest price wins, is what you get. So we're trying to read your mind of what you want to give people. So three types of ticket pricing: regular, participant, and the automatic one, which is community, which is for folks that have a button, which is always $1 off. Awesome. And yes, the guide has gone to the publisher. Yes, the guide will be out soon. Yes, it's a physical thing that we can't magically change, but you can magically change your web listing whenever you want. So if at some point you realize, oops, probably shouldn't have charged $100 a ticket, maybe I should lower that, you still can. Obviously, we can't change the guide listing, but you can change your listing, your description. You can change the title to your show, if you really want to, at any time. So up until the bitter end and even past it, you can change all of these things. We also talked a little bit about in the past about pay what you can, PWYC, also known as pay what you want. Everything can be set pay what you can. You can actually create a discount code. And for those of you that don't know what a discount code is, for example, let's say that I went to Villanova. Let's pick on Villanova today. I went to Villanova and I want to get all of my Villanova classmates a special deal to encourage them to come and to track the success of that campaign. I can create a discount code called Villanova Rocks, and then when anybody enters in that discount code Villanova Rocks, they get $5 off their ticket. It's also useful because you can use it as a method of testing a campaign. So if you send a big blast to all your Villanova friends, continue with this college, you can say, use the discount code Villanova Rocks, and then we give you reports right there in your project dashboard about how many tickets you sold of each type. So it'll say this many participant, this many normal, this many of the Villanova Rocks campaign. It's a good way to track the success of campaigns. Side note, I have another cool idea in the next coming years to create link-based discount codes. So rather than actually physically needing to add in a code, they can put in an actual link and post the link. And if you follow the link to your project, you automatically get a discount code. That's not available this year. Just throwing it out there. It's something we might have later on. Awesome. And I'm reminding myself to do that. Okay, comps, of course, then there's comps. Depending on the nature of your mission for doing the show and your need to bring audiences in, you can have a very aggressive comp strategy or a very light comp strategy. It is entirely up to you. We do suggest comping press if that's something that you care about. The way press works, okay, let me run through this. Press ticketing works. I ran through this last time. I'll run through it one more time so everybody knows. It's all a part of the golden rule during the Fringe. Check your email because you never know who might be contacting you. It might be Stacy, our communications director, saying the LA Times just contacted us and they want to get in contact with you. If that doesn't convince you to stay on top, but we need to hear back from you in the next 2 hours because they're going to be here with a photographer, which occasionally happens. It actually does happen. So stay on top of your email. It's important during it. And I was saying that, we're talking about press, right. Okay, here's how it works. If you are officially registered as a member of the press, and if anybody here writes a regular blog or works for any sort of periodical, you can apply to be a member of the press at hollywoodfringe.org/press. But for those of you that we've approved, let's say you write for the LA Weekly, and we've approved you as a member of the press, then they see something special on all of your project page. They see a link that says buy press tickets, and when they or order press tickets. And when they do that, they'll go and they say, I want one for the June 14th performance of your show. I need one ticket. And then you get an email saying so-and-so from the LA Weekly wants to get a press ticket to your show. All you need to do, we've tried to make this really easy. All you need to do is follow the link in that email. It will take you to a pre-filled out comp page with the name and the press like little checkbox checked. All you need to do is click yes, and it will go on your will call. That's all you need to do. So when you see those emails saying, good news, the press wants to see you, click this link, click the link and add them to your will call list. And on your will call, they will be marked as press. So you know, for those of you that don't know, a will call list is the people who are coming to your show. And it is a report that you can pull on the performances tab of your project admin. Basically, right before tickets go on sale, you can set the shutdown, the web shutdown time. So I think it defaults to 4 hours before your performances. So you can print it out and run to your venue without worrying about people buying tickets in between while you've already printed out your will call. But okay, yes, so before, you can adjust that though. Let's say you've got to go to a lunch and you're not near a printer, you can set that to 6 hours. So you set that to 6 hours, ticketing is shut down, you print out your will call, and you go. And that's all accessible from your project dashboard. So obviously, that's a pretty important thing, right? So who's coming to your show? So definitely be aware of your will call list, print it out. We've made it a little more feature-rich this year from some suggestions from you folks. So it's cool. So yes, that is the will call. All right. Let's talk briefly about the 50% rule. The 50% rule. The 50% rule is this. Let's say I have a performance in a space like this, which seats about 100 people, give or take. 100 people, give or take. At least 50% of these seats need to be on sale through the Fringe, okay? The other 50% you can do whatever the hell you want. You can put them on Gold Star, you can just throw them away and say, screw those seats. It's totally up to you. A lot of people put the majority of their seats on sale on the Fringe site because that just happens to be where people buy tickets. But for those of you that say want to put some on Gold Star or through Plays 4-on-1 or Brown Paper Tickets, something like that, you can up to 50% on a performance-by-performance basis. 4 hours before the performance, obviously all of those are released to the house. So if you only sold 25 of those 50 that you put on sale, the other 25 are released to the house. So hold your questions until the end, because I'm sure some of you have them, because that is it involves math, so usually that has a few questions around it. But that's the general idea of the 50% rule. You must sell 50% of your tickets through the Fringe. Okay. Great. A couple years ago, we added something that a lot of locals asked for, which is the ability to download a file that contains all of the patrons that attended your show that did not opt out, that did not say, no information sharing for me. By default, it's opt-in. So you will get, if you go back to your project dashboard page, your project, click on admin, you will see a tab there called patrons, where you can download all of the patrons that have come seen your show in a format that you can upload to, say, a newsletter program, so you can keep communicating with those throughout your future endeavors. One thing I will say, big asterisk, do not abuse these lists. Because it looks bad on us and it looks bad on you guys, obviously, if we start spamming the hell out of everyone. And the worst possible thing you can do is sell it. There is a terrible, awful spam secondary market for emails. Yeah, don't do that, please. don't resell those. Be responsible with your lists, and people will love you for it. The last thing on ticketing proper, payouts. Oh yeah, there's money at the end of all of this. How do you get your money? We've got this down to a bit of a science right now. Within 2 weeks, when the festival closes, usually significantly earlier. We just say 2 weeks to give us some accounting leeway if something happens. So within 2 weeks, you have the ability to request your check, to audit all of your tickets, to provide an address where that check should be sent, and to let us know how many walk-ups attended your performance on a performance-by-performance basis. Why do we do that? So we can send a relatively accurate number to the press about how many people attended the Hollywood Fringe Festival. So, usually within a few days after the end of the Fringe, you get a big email saying your settlement is ready. It's time to request your check. You'll see every performance. Every performance will have a link where you can literally look on a ticket-by-ticket basis of everyone who's bought tickets to audit it. Our records have never been wrong, so that's the good news. But at the same time, we want to give you the chance to audit it anyway. By each performance, there's a box to say how many walk-ups did you have. Feel free to estimate. It's okay. Just be aware. Try to be aware. Maybe mark it down and estimate per performance how many walk-ups you got as opposed to pre-sales, so we can get that accurate number to the press. And then yes, and don't freak out if you have moved since you registered. We do give you another chance to let us know where the check should be sent. You request your check and you're good to go. We send you out a check in the next mailing, which we do usually 2 or 3 days after the initial settlement list goes out, and then throughout the rest of the year as you request it. We give you a couple reminders, but remember to request your check. You'd be surprised at how many people leave money on the table. So don't be one of those people. Request your check so we can get it, so we know where to send you cash, because everybody wants that. Nobody wants people to go without food. All right, that's that. That's settlement. All right. Well, as I said, most of the tickets are sold on the Fringe website at hollywoodfringe.org. We provide you a shortened URL for all your Twitter and postcard loveliness, which is hff15.org/your project number. We conveniently put that shortened URL on the main page of your project. So hff15.org/your project number. You can find your project number in the URL. It's usually like something like 1200 or 1203. So if you look you go to your project page, look in your URL, there's a number up there. That number is your project number. So hff14.org, 15.org/your project number. That's your shortened URL. And as I said, historically, most of the tickets are sold on the website. We also offer the Fringe app, which I swear to God will be updated very soon. It's been submitted to the Apple iOS store. They just need to approve it, and then it'll be updated. It'll have the current button pictures and all that sort of thing. Won't say HFF14 on it, which will be great. So the next week or so, the updated version should be on the App Store. You can download it right now by looking up Hollywood Fringe Festival. It's not on the Play Store right now because Google are a bunch of bastards. But we'll get that up within the next week as well. So there's an Android app and an iOS app. Great. Is Google going to come get me now? You heard me say that. The app's pretty useful. It's a couple years old, so it doesn't have that new iOS. I always apologize for shit like that. But yeah, it's not all iOS 7 yet. But you can browse shows by category, name, distance, venue, time. You can make and manage favorites, which is something you can do on the website as well. Manage your favorites, so you can favorite shows. Later know you want to go there. You can log in and access your profile. You can browse the latest news, including press releases, new projects, new reviews. You can read reviews and rate reviews. By the way, a note on reviews. Slight thing. Let me say something about reviews now that I mentioned the word reviews. So yes, people can review your show, and that's good. Anybody can. It's like a Yelp sort of thing where anybody can go in and review your show. We added a special designator last year to A, delineate between press and audience, and then within that, delineate between audience that we can confirm have bought a ticket to your show and audience that we can't confirm have bought a ticket to your show. Those that we can confirm bought a ticket to your show go up higher in the list, right? Okay. They're called certified, is that me? Oh, no worries. They're called certified ticket goers. So that at least tries to address the problem of Susie Spacek, who you went to school with and who always hated you, writing a review from Omaha, a really bad review. So it addresses that issue. So we can say, look, we know this person saw the show, so this is a more legitimate review. Okay, so that's what that is. And additionally, you can specify review helpful or review not helpful. That will impact the order in which the review. So the more helpful reviews will go to the top, the less helpful reviews will go to the bottom. Okay, let me say my one thing about reviews that I say every year, and then everyone summarily ignores me. Okay, so here's the thing. In the past, it's nice. Everyone's nice, and I love that everyone's nice, and that's fantastic. We have very few jerks, which is great. That being said, every review you write doesn't need to be a 5-star best show I've ever seen review, because that's not really helping anyone. It's not helping the producers particularly, and it's not helping definitely the patrons at all. So although positive reviews are great, the great reviews are the ones that actually feel like they've put some thought into it, that they review the things they like, maybe the things they don't like constructively, and they do that. So here's the thing. We ask you to rate your review like awesome, okay, bad type of thing, but we don't display that. Actually, that feeds into the Bitter Lemons site. Everybody knows what Bitter Lemons is, bitter-lemons.com. It feeds into their Fringe meter. We do not post it on the Hollywood Fringe site. Why? Because we don't think one can easily categorize a work of art with 3 different levels. We think that it's a much more subtle, nuanced thing. So we encourage you to write subtle, nuanced reviews. It's helpful for everyone. It makes the site better. It's a better resource for your patrons. And that's all I'll say. Now you're all going to ignore me and go to all your Fringe show and say it's the best thing you've ever seen. But you're going to remember in the back of your head while writing that Ben said I should be constructive. That's the thing. We have had a overly rosy problem, which is not a terrible problem to have. But back when we had like 1 to 5 stars type of things, like it was like 5-star, 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 5-star. And it makes us look like kind of a joke, right, when you see that. So be subtle, be thoughtful, be constructive, don't be nasty, but at the same time, don't be overly glowing. Unless it really moved you, then by all means, say that. Okay, that's the last thing I'll say about reviews. Now ignore me. Okay, all right. Awesome. We talked a bit about buttons, $1 off, $1 off all ticket sales, access to hotspots, cheap drink prices. Terrific. Okay, great. The last thing I'll say is about the Fringe, on this subject, the Fringe box office. It will be in Fringe Central, or Concierge, depending on when to say it. We'll help you around with the Fringe. We'll also sell you tickets. We'll sell you merchandise. We'll talk to you about nice things. We'll point you to the bar. It'll be more like it's there. And that's the sort of thing we do at the Concierge. That's open. It opens every day. The Fringe Central is open, and the box office opens with Fringe Central, and it closes in the early evening, early mid-evening, usually. And that's the Fringe box office. And everyone say hi to them. Also, if you're a participant, you have a question, and you want to talk to someone about participant-related issues, that's also the place you can go. You can go to the Concierge and say, hey, I'm a participant, I got a question about X, Y, and Z, and you can ask them. And that's how it's done. All right. I'm going to whip through, just as a review, a primer, if you will, on some promotion aspects. The biggest thing I'll say is Fringe Central. Go there, meet people, establish friendships, be cool, see people's shows, let people come see your show, make a good community. It will pay off. It will pay off. Being nice at the Fringe, unique LA experience. Being nice at the Fringe pays off. The good guy wins at the Fringe. So be cool, socialize. If you're not much of a socializer because you're an artist, then yes. Every time. Then Hire a producer who does. Okay, get someone out there socializing, going to the office hours, going to the mixers, going to the benefit, going to the opener and Fringe Central, meeting people, talking up the show, being a nice person, offering comp or discount tickets, that sort of thing. All that happens at Fringe Central. It's my favorite place. Wherever it is, it's my favorite place in the universe. So I hope it will also be yours. We talked about the benefit. Please come. It will be fun. It'll be the biggest party as sort of the opening night party. We talked a bit about press last time. I'll give you the quick review on press. But please, please, please create, if you're interested in press coming to see your show, write a press release. Look around the web. There's about 10 million, literally, examples of what a press release should look like. So make your press release look like what a press release should look like. There are things you do and don't do with press releases. Do the do things. And post that on your show page. If you're logged in as an administrative account for the show, you log in, you go to your project page, you click on the press tab, there's a link there that says add press release. Click that, add your press release. You can add multiple ones. Your press release will show up in the feed, and your press release will also show up in the special press section at hollywoodfringe.org/press. I say this every year. There are members of the press that won't see your show unless you have a press release posted on the site. Okay, good. We're all clear on that. Right. We manage press for credentials. Credentials press can request press tickets. We talked about that. Process, keep on top of email. I'll say it again. And that's all I'll say about press right now. Flyers. I talk about flyers almost every town hall, so let me give you like a 30-second primer. Don't put flyers on top of other flyers. We will throw them away. Try to keep your flyers unique as much as possible. Create great artwork for your flyers if you haven't already. It's eye-catching. Make sure you put the Hollywood Fringe logo on your flyers, which you can get at hollywoodfringe.org/branding. If you're having an all shit moment right now, where you just printed 2,000 flyers and forgot to put the Hollywood Fringe logo, you can resolve that by printing quick stickers of the Hollywood Fringe logo and just shoving them on all of them. The only reason we ask you to do this, to post your flyers at Fringe Central, is so we know which shows are Fringe and which are not. Because believe it or not, I cannot currently name all 300 shows of the Fringe off the top of my head. I think I can name 15. I think other people can probably do much better than I can do. But the point being that we don't necessarily know by sight every Fringe show because there are lots of them. So that's why I ask you to put the logo on the flyer. It makes our job a lot easier. If you're going to flyer outside, if you're going to put flyers in other venues, please ask permission of the venue. Other shops, please ask permission of the shop. If you can't find a place to put it, please ask someone to help you. Do not just throw it on top of the other ones because they will be recycled. Recycled with prejudice. And if you are going to stand outside of a show to hand out flyers, the etiquette states, please check with the producer before that, because you are technically hijacking someone else's audience. And a lot of the time, you ask politely, the producer will say, yeah, sure, go for it, man. You know, go for it. Yeah, but please ask first. It's a good strategy with permission. Okay. That's all I'll say about flyers. Let's see, we talked about reviews a little bit. I gave my little spiel. Fringe guides. Fringe guides are currently at the press. They will begin distribution later this month. They will definitely be at the Fringe benefit. And if they're ready in time for an office hours, we'll take a stack of the office hours too, so you can get those there. We're also distributing to all of the Fringe venues, and our wonderful partner Footlights is also bringing these guides to all the places where Footlights are available, so all the various theaters. So that's really nice. So you'll literally have people who go to theaters, go to see theater and the performing arts. They'll have guides right there for you. Word of thing about the guide. The guide is obviously it's become an increasingly monstrous book as it grows and grows and grows. We added how many pages this year, Dave?
It's 148.
148 pages.
20
right.
pages.
We needed to get a special stitch this year just to keep it together in that form factor. So you know, put this in the back of your head. One day we may end up charging a small amount for flyers, not because we're greedy bastards, but because of this place we live on called the Earth. So to try to assign a little value to it. But we're not doing that this year, obviously, but keep it in the back of your mind. What I'm holding in my hand right now is about $1.50. Like, that's how much it costs to produce each one of those guides. Yeah. So be aware of that. We're also talking about a pretty big environmental footprint that we are producing. by creating these things. So by all means, treat them with respect. Don't just throw them off or put your drink on them. Like, treat them with respect. It's your guide. When you pick up your first guide, let that be your 2015 guide. Keep it, walk around. We plenty of them. I'm just saying, for the purposes of not being wasteful, keep in mind there's a value associated with them, both as an environmental footprint and obviously the cost of printing. So there we go. That's what we got with guides. Right now, actually, you can see the guide by going to hollywoodfringe.org/guide_2015. It was just posted yesterday. So, and Bella's going to tweet that, hollywoodfringe.org/guide_2015. That is the PDF version of the finalized guide, which is currently with our friends at Footlights to be printed. Awesome. How are we doing on time?
12:57.
That's amazing. Okay. Okay, let's talk a bit about online ads. All of your print ads are beautiful. I think they might be the most gorgeous ads we've ever had at the Hollywood Fringe Festival. And no, I did not also say that last year. So well done on your guys. We actually do some of the artwork. The creative is just terrific. There's still a chance to do ads early next week. We're going to announce our LA Weekly program for $100, and there are only, I think, 10 or 12 slots available. You can be blasted to 65,000 LA Weekly theater subscribers with an image of your show and a little description of your show. The reason we're only doing it once is because it's a test, just to see how much people like it. There will, in early next week's newsletter, hopefully everyone's getting their newsletter, early next weekend's newsletter, there'll be information on how to take advantage of that promotion. It's obviously one per show because there's only 10. It's $100 a shot. If people like it, we'll expand that program next year. But it's basically LA Weekly's performing arts list. So 65,000 people that actually want to hear about performing arts. Yeah, by all means, keep your eye out for that. And we'll, also, online ads. Online ads, we try to keep them as cheap as we can. It is a way to promote your show online. I think prices for participants range from $12 to $75, depending on how many impressions you want. You buy by the impression. What is an impression, you might ask? An impression is, I am a user going to hollywoodfringe.org, and I go to the homepage, I see your ad. That's one impression. Deducted from your total amount of impressions. I go to the venue page, I see your ad. It's just made an impression on me, so that's another impression. So you can buy, you can buy up to, I think, 15,000 impressions at $75, I think is what it is. And that'll last you, depending on what time of the year.
$15,000 is $42.
$50,000 is $42. What's the $75 one?
30,000?
More than, sure. So you can buy a bunch of thousands.
/market.
If you go to Hollywood Fringe /market, that's where you can buy online ads. Obviously, we get quite a lot of traffic in June, like well over 1 million hits every year. So there is a lot of action going on. It's a good place to be. You can control when your ad goes live and when you want to pause it by editing your ad at hollywoodfringe.org/my_ads. By editing your ad and unchecking the active checkbox, and that will pause it. Let's say if you wanted to buy it now, but not run it until June 4th. Then you can absolutely do that. You can buy online ads, hollywoodfringe.org/market. Once we get there, I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. All right. Let's talk about awards, and then we're almost to the Q&A, which is terrific. Okay, awards is the thing that I always wait until the last thing to talk about, and I always tell you the last two down hall, so I'll wait for the last, I know we'll talk about the awards. And so here's the thing about awards, because I know everyone's interested in learning about them. So here's how they work. We have devised, as most of you know by now, hopefully, the Hollywood Fringe is not a subjective organization. We're not a curating body. Everything we do is guided by a certain level of fairness. And obviously, we love the staff, love all of our children equally. As I said many, many times, you've heard me say, unlike Coachella, everyone is the same font at the Hollywood Fringe Festival. We don't have 18 font, Paul McCartney's coming, and others like Ben Hill with his ukulele and like 6-point font. We don't have that. Everyone is the same font. So we have tried to devise a methodology for awards that recognizes that sense of fairness. And let me tell you, it was hard. For those of you that were around in 2010, I see some of you, you might remember the methodology changing 6 or 7 times during the course of the festival as we collected feedback. It has generally stayed the same since then. Okay, 2 types of awards. We have the Freaks, which is the community awards, and then we have the sponsored awards. Let me tell you about the community awards first. They're called the Freaks because we're all freaks, because we like to do performing arts in a film town, and that makes us awesome. And also, it's our actual mascot. If you ever see those dudes, the blue, red, purple dudes, and we actually have full life-size Disney type things, not quite done on the same budget level, walking around during the festival that you'll see. Please don't kick them in the groin. I don't know why I said that. Those are the Fringe Freaks, those little dudes. So we've named the awards after them. Here's how they work. On, I think, the last Saturday of the festival, we send out a ballot to those that qualify. It is, believe it or not, an e-ballot. It's an online ballot. How does one qualify for a ballot? It is an algorithm, and it basically says this. If you have participated in a show, you cannot vote for your own show, sorry folks. If you participated in a show, being you're the primary producer or a member of the team, as defined on the website in the team section, you get a ballot. If you have reviewed X amount of shows, then you get a ballot. If you have hosted a venue, you get a ballot. If you have seen X amount of shows, and to answer your question, no, we do not publish X to keep people from tricking the system, as it were. If you have seen X amount of shows, you get a ballot. If you've done all of the above, you still get a ballot. Only one though. So that's how it works. And then you specify your favorite show from each category. And that's comedy, ensemble theater, solo performance, on and on, the categories. Plus the best world premiere, the best international show, and the most coveted award in the known universe, the Top of the Fringe Award. And you choose your favorite for each category. Here's the thing. It's like it's the worst conceivable system other than every single system out there, other than this one, right? Because obviously, no one is seeing all the shows. So you can't obviously judge that this is the best show at the Fringe, or this is the best show of all the 75 ensemble theater shows. This is the absolute best one. So what does it become? It becomes an award given to the person who got people to see their shows whereby they actually liked it. So in a sense, it's a combination community and marketing award. That's just the way it is. So if you talk to other people that are probably also going to get a ballot, going back to the it's a good idea to hang out at Fringe Central thing I said before, and get them to come see your show, and you sort of attract the community to come see your show, then your chances of winning an award are higher. We also have no problem with people running award campaigns, if that's something that you want to do. God knows people in this town do that. Like, it is the hustlers that win. It is like, I want you, please, can I have your vote for this and this and this? Because no, you guys can't vote for your own show, right? So everything is open, right? So by all means, ask people to vote for your show nicely, court the people that you know are going to get ballots, and then you have a higher chance of winning an award. You also can be nominated for an award, and you can brag about that. So we have several nominees as well as the actual winner. On Sunday of the award ceremony, again, stay on top of your email. 2 to 3 hours before the actual award ceremony, a little more sometimes, we on Twitter, Facebook, Participant Blast, etc., announce the nominees. Nice Fringe etiquette. If your friend has been nominated, never hurts to remind them, or let them know, hey, you know you've been nominated, right? You should probably go to the award ceremony. Okay, we haven't officially selected the award ceremony venue yet. We will. We'll certainly let everyone know where that is. But yeah, so that's how the Freaks work. And at Q&A, if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I said there were 2 types of awards, the Freaks, the community/marketing awards, and the sponsored awards. And now, a bunch of people over the course of the past month have followed our call to say if you have a sponsored award to give, please apply. Here are the requirements to present a sponsored award. Those applications close on May 1st. Next week, we will announce all of these sponsored awards. And these are awards provided by organizations that are not the Hollywood Fringe Festival. These are individual incorporated entities that want to give some form of award to whoever they thought did the best job in X, and X might be best LGBTQ play. It might be the best female written play. It could be the best cabaret performance. It could be the best actor or actress, et cetera, et cetera. This is where the sponsored awards come in. And early next week, we will be announcing the slate of sponsored awards, as well as how to contact them if you feel you qualify. So if you have an LGBTQ show and you see this award comes out and you feel like, okay, I think I've really got a great one, I want to get this person to see, contact them via the site, where the webpage we're going to be publishing early next week, and say, please come see my show. I will add comps on the will call for you for any night that you want to come. And that's terrific. And that's how the sponsored awards work. And then on the award ceremony, will be the sponsored award sponsors will be coming on stage. They'll be giving out theirs, interspersed with the actual Freak Awards. We end the whole night at the top of the Fringe, and then we go enjoy the last night we have together for the year, which seems like a very far way away right now. You'd be surprised how quickly time tends to move during the Fringe. There's one special Fringe Award that we've had almost since the very beginning, which is now called the Producers Encores Award. And to talk about that, I'll welcome Matt Quinn to the stage.
Hey everybody. Awesome, so we're back again. 6th year for the Encore Producers Award. As Ben said, this is a sponsored award that is actually given out by producing venues. So currently the venues that are participating in the sponsored awards are Theater Asylum, The Complex, the Actors Company, the Lounge, and then we're very excited, although they're not a Fringe venue this year, the Bootleg Theater will also be sponsoring for some of the larger shows the Encore Awards. The Encores take place immediately following the Fringe. We usually sometimes take a break after that July 4th weekend. The venue heads each pick the shows that they wish to see extended, usually for 1 to 2 extra shows. We will notify you sometime midway, and the shows will then be given out, and we sell them through the ticket site. It's a very smooth, seamless process. How to get submitted for this? As Ben mentioned, there's going to be an email going out next week that will list all the sponsored awards. One of them will be the Encores. On that, along with all the instructions, and briefly, you need to be a Fringe show. You need to have at least 3 shows in Fringe to qualify and be around in July. The form that is on that sponsored list is very detailed. We want all the information we can get from you now. You submit to that. It is no guarantee that we will be able to come see your show. If we do want to see your show, we'll email you to ask for comp tickets. There may be several judges along with the venues. Each venue will pick a couple deputies to go around, since we have 270 crazy shows to go see. So keep your eye on that. Along with this year, that form is also going to qualify you. If you're not here for July, but you still want to look for some other awards, we're expanding the Encore questionnaire to also allow you to submit for the Pick of the Fringe, which is a curated cabaret that happens 4 times during Fringe, where every week we pick 5 top shows. We do 10-minute segments, kind of get audience to kind of get exposed to your shows. You can also check a box out for 2 extra extension awards, the Triple Q, Quinn's Quality Quantity, every year. You like that? I'll tell you the story about that, not right now, but the story about that name. Every year I pick 1 or 2 shows for an super extended co-pro run. Last year we extended Women and Meet and Greet, each for about 3 to 4 months afterwards. We've done Pulp Shakespeare, Sunday Afternoon. So those awards, if you're not here in July but still want to be for consideration for that, you can check that box off. And the Actors Company, Lauren Salazar is also offering a super extension, 4 to 8 week extension beyond the Encores. So you can check a box for that. I will be here briefly for questions and answers regarding this. There is a website called the Encore Awards that will be updated and fully operational once the email goes out from Fringe, so you can get the form there. You can get the form from the email Ben sends. We'll send it out on Twitter. Do take a look at it. We'd love to see as many shows as possible. And yeah, we're psyched for this year. Already looking at some great shows. So thank you guys.
Thank you. For all of you ETF and mutual fund investors out there, Triple Qs also refers to the NASDAQ.
Is there a stock there?
Yeah, very seriously.
Nice.
Yeah, so there you go. So you're like the tech company.
I'm the tech company.
Yeah, exactly. Well done.
Awesome.
All right, good stuff. Anybody want to hear more about ETFs and mutual fund investing? No. Okay. I'd like to invite someone else to the stage right now. He is a young, old veteran. He's been here since 2010. He's all over the place. You know I'm talking about you. Les Kirkendall, ladies and gentlemen.
Give it up for Pat. Okay, I've been doing this Fringe since the beginning. I can't believe it's been 6 years already. And so I have 2 things coming up, one of which is on May 30th. And it is a meet and greet for the solo shows out there. I know sometimes it can be a little daunting if you're doing a solo show and you don't have the luxury of having a bunch of cast members around you too. So Matt Quinn and I are doing a solo show meet and greet at Theater Asylum on May 30th at 4 o'clock. And it's just a way that you can come and get to know your fellow solo artists and get help with things like people working your box office. And just it's a networking thing. So come to that. And also, on June 20th, now question, how many people how many people are doing Fringe for the first time?
Wow.
Oh, wow. Oh my God, congratulations. Congratulations. Well, once you've done your Fringe and finished your Fringe run, I'm sure that a lot of you will be bitten by the bug and have the urge to tour with your show. I've been touring Fringes since 2000, and there is, I don't know if you're aware of this, but there is a Fringe circuit that not only goes through the United States, it also goes through Canada as well. And you can start fringing as early as May. Actually, no, I take that back. Now there are so many Fringes out there, you can start fringing in February and fringe up until November. I've done a lot of shows on the Fringe circuit, and I think I've made every mistake that you could possibly make. So, that being said, I am offering a free workshop during the Fringe, and it is how to tour your Fringe show. And I'm going to take you step by step from the application process to building your budget, to building your show, all the way to the end, actually doing your show and touring, and actually make a little money doing it. You're not going to get rich, but you can make a decent living doing it. So that's, it's going to be June 20th, and you can register for the workshop online, and like I said, it is absolutely free. And so I hope to see you.
Where's the link?
Oh, Theater Asylum. Theater Asylum. Theater Asylum, June 20th at 2 o'clock. And 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Sorry, 12 o'clock.
Word.
And you can and the link is on the Fringe website. Okay. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Les. Thank you for the spider ring, by the way. Those of you who are wondering, well done, spider. I am going to, one thing I actually meant to mention when we were talking about ticketing is that this year we added a cool little feature on your administrative project admin page that some of you might have seen. It's a link where it says like, comps and edit projects, stuff like that. There's another one now called Feed. And that was another requested feature from last year that allows you a feed to see when someone buys tickets to your shows or reviews your show. So as you're going through this ticketing on sale and as people start providing reviews in your show, that's a nice convenient place to follow that. And it will be making its way to the mobile app eventually. Right now it's web only. So there you go. Project admin, go to Feed. Oh, great. So before we get to Q&A, what time are we at?
15.
Okay, we're doing good. I wanted to mention 2 things. One awesome and one sort of, okay, so start with the awesome one. Volunteers. We love volunteers. Even if you have 2 to 3 hours to give, a limited amount of time. Some of the veterans volunteer every year. They provide a little help. Almost all of the staff that we've had since we first launched have come from the volunteer pool. So if you have lofty dreams of being underpaid on the Fringe staff, then by all means start by volunteering, and that's where we pull people from. It's a lot of fun. Stina, you still here? Yeah. Stina is our volunteer coordinator. She's right here. She brought you in. Hey. Anything you want to say?
What?
Anything you want to say?
Yeah, if you're interested in volunteering, shoot me an email or sign up to volunteer on the Fringe website. My email is Stina, STINA, @hollywoodfringe.org. Also, offering comp tickets or discounted tickets to volunteers is a great way to fill the seats of your house. So shoot me an email if you want to offer a special discount code for volunteers.
Thank you.
And it's hollywoodfringe.org/volunteer.
hollywoodfringe.org/volunteer. Okay, that's great. And volunteers do all sorts of things. They work in the box office. They provide some tech help. They work in the concierge. Sometimes we put them up in full bodysuits with masks on and have them walk around Hollywood. And it's a really fun experience. Good stuff. All right, I said I was going to do one awesome thing, one thing. I'm actually going to end the proper thing on the thing, which is a little strange. Okay, we're going to talk about safety. So here's the thing. It's a serious thing because here's what happens every year. All of the no-good people that, as we know, there are some of those people in this world who like to prey on other people, for all sorts of the terrible reasons why we all know why people prey on people. They see a lot of people walking up and down this street and other streets around the Fringe every year. And they see a lot of people with pocketbooks and wallets that look semi-affluent sometimes. And it creates a bit of a decent feeding environment for these ne'er-do-wells. In the past, we have said walk in twos as much as you can. I'm going to amend that. If you can, walk in more than twos. Walk in groups as much as you can, especially at night. If you find yourself in a position where you're at a venue, where you're at Fringe Central, and this is for guys and girls, by the way, absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, and you find that you need an escort back to your car, ask someone, and then drive them back. Even if it's me, I'm famous for walking to your car and saying, "See you later," all right, and I walk back, and then I get robbed. But in all seriousness, it's serious stuff because we do have incidents every single year. And those incidents, some of them involve guns, some of them involve violence, and it gets worse and worse as the Fringe goes on. See, I wait for the last time after I've already registered to tell you these things. But in all seriousness, please, please, please be safe. It absolutely, positively breaks our heart when we hear that someone has been the victim of a violent or nonviolent or sexual crime. Thank God we had no reported sexual crimes, but violent or nonviolent crime during the Fringe. So please, 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 even if you were like 12 stone and played football like last year for the NFL, then please still be safe. Don't walk alone, especially at night. You will find that it's very easy to find people that will walk with you. And think about groups more than just two. Because last year we told people walk in couples, and last year there was bastards that were like a Bonnie and Clyde team that were walking around and they were abusing people. So we had people that were walking in twos still getting assaulted one way or another. Remember, we live in a city. All cities are dangerous. Dark corners are awful. And especially when there's a lot of people that look relatively affluent, at least who look relatively affluent, walking around. So keep that in mind at all times. Safety is by far the most important thing. So now that we've talked about that, who's got some questions? Because we've got some answers. Now, please, as this gentleman knows, please raise your hand. When you raise your hand, you will be called upon. Please stand up. Say proudly your name and the name of your show. Yes?
Hi there, my name is Charles Marino. The name of my show is 33, 23. So, of course. My question is, comps tickets.
Yes.
I'm gonna send for industry list. I'm just worried about sending them the invitation.
Yep.
And when it comes to the day of the show,
Yep.
there's no more tickets for them.
Yep.
Especially if they don't, a lot of them are casting directors, they're not gonna reply or gonna say yes.
Sure.
So do you think it's better to keep maybe 10 tickets on the side of each show?
It's not a bad idea. I mean, it's not a bad. Okay, first of all, when you add a comp to the site, it deducts the available seating by however many minutes. So they go on the will call. So it's not like you can sell too many and suddenly not available. But let's say another scenario where you think that the day before your show or a couple days before your show, you might have people you want to give comps to, and you want to keep some open. And you can do that, again, if you go to your project page, click on admin, go to the performance, and you can specify how many tickets you want to put on sale. So let's say you have 100 tickets on sale, and you want to sell them all through the Fringe site. But you're in the scenario where you want to reserve some for the possibility of future comps, then just put 90 on sale rather than 100. And then 10 will be held for however you want to hold them. So hopefully that answers your question.
Yes, thank you.
Great. Who's next? Yes. And then we're going to spread it around a little bit.
Oh,
Yes.
hi. Hi, everyone. Maria Tomas, Blood, a Blue Love Story.
My question is, how much are the ticket prices for the benefit?
Oh, for the benefit, they are $20 for you guys, more for people who aren't you guys. And it's cheaper. I think it's $20 pre-sale. And then a little more expensive at the door. So we strongly encourage you to get them early.
So is that 20 for anyone who's involved with the show, from producer to
Yes.
director to designer or whatever?
Yes, we define participant as your name is on the site under a registered project. So in the team section. So that you're a participant if you're participating in a show. So yes, you get special discounts on that, as well as online ads and everything else will get you discounts on.
And what's the link to buy the ticket?
If you go to hollywoodfringe.org/schedule, it'll be like the third show down.
Thanks.
We should make a better link for that too. Yeah, so hollywoodfringe.org/schedule, and I'm going to bounce around a little bit. Yes?
My name is Lee Curran, and my show is called Why Waterfalls. For participant pricing, all of my tickets are pay what you can for Fringe participants.
Great.
So on the website, do I put that under, is it just enough to have it under pros, or do I have to put it under participants? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, right. If you're setting a participant price for a show,
Right.
don't worry about discount codes at all. That's automatic.
So I go under participants to put the code in?
Yep, so you edit the performance that you want to add,
Right.
and it'll say like normal price, participant price, community price,
Okay.
and you can edit the first two. Just edit participant price with whatever price you want to give participants for that performance.
And everybody knows what PWYC means.
Most people know. Does anyone, is it PWC, was that a first for anybody in the room?
No.
Okay,
It
some
also
people.
says if you make a show pay what you can, when they go to add it to their cart, it says right below it, this performance is pay what you can, enter the amount you would like to
Yep.
to pay.
Can I just say one thing?
Yes?
I'm an old person, and you young people, I'm very interested in knowing what you think of Why Waterfalls, because I think that it spans generations, but I really want your opinions, and what Ben was talking about, writing your opinions online, it would be very, very valuable to me as a writer and a performer, because I'm really kind of writing this for you, strangely enough, even though it's my journey. So thank you for
And
that.
thank you for encouraging that. It takes bravery to ask for honesty sometimes in the arts. And yes, I'm going to go up this time. So everyone will get answered, I promise you. So let's go over there, right there. Right, yeah, you're right. That's you.
Sean Boring, the show is called Thumb Wars. Two quick questions about the sponsored drink,
Yep.
which we did last year. So
Yep.
$100, is that just for the one date?
For the one date, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Other question I had was, any updates that you make to your show? Obviously, it's not going to affect the guide, but will it update on the app
Yes.
as far as scheduling?
It will. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to go over right over here. I'll be back, I promise you. Yes, sir.
My name is Doug Gabriel, and the show is Spider Apocalypse, a B-horror movie for the stage. My question is just a quick clarification. The 90s theme, is that 1990s or 1890s?
What a good question! Anybody watch Portlandia? It's 1990s, but special. If you come in 1890s, then people will think you're awesome. That's good. What are you talking about? It's 1890s. They're surprisingly similar, yes. And then we'll get everybody. So don't worry, I'm just being random. Yes.
Hi, I'm Rara. I'm with Brace and Booties. We're a burlesque troupe, Booties Playhouse. One question about the benefit. Are you looking for performers for the benefits?
Generally, to be fair, we don't really pull performers from this year's crop of participants because then we have to open up to everybody. So yes, generally we don't pull. Like we did the first year, but then people were like, well, I didn't do it. And now we're like, we have to pick the good ones from the sad ones. It just didn't work out. Which is why, like, if you had a show last year, then yeah. But if you had a show this year, because we can't do it for everybody, we can't do it for anybody, which is the thing. So sorry, but your friend is the Fringe Cabaret, because that's exactly what that's for, if you do a little piece. So sorry about that. Let's go to the center. Let's go right here.
Hi, Kelsey Goldberg. My show is lovely. This is my first Hollywood Fringe. Do people normally print programs, and is it standard to do like a postcard exchange so people can put the card for their show in your program, and yours is in there?
Well, that's awesome. I mean, a lot of people do that, and it's awesome. We love it when people do the postcard exchange thing. Obviously, if you have equity actors, there are certain rules about you need to have programs or post that. If you don't have equity actors, then by all means, it just makes you look that much more professional. If you want the special professional edge, we have a partnership with Footlights, and they have a stock Fringe program that we'll create for you for a discounted price. And if you go to the participant packet, hollywoodfringe.org/participants, there's information there on who to contact at Footlights by creating like the really high quality programs. But if all you do is like an 8.5 by 11 folded, then that's great too. I mean, anything is great. Some people do, some people don't. So yes, let's go all the way to the back. So right there, sir.
Yeah, my name is David Robinson. The show that I'm doing is Clybourne Park. You said something about the $100 LA Weekly ad.
Yes.
I might have missed some bits of information there. Could you kind of recap that?
Sure. So starting this week in the participant newsletter, we'll send you out a link to where you can purchase it. It is obviously absolutely first come, first serve because of the nature. There are only 10 slots. We'll ask you, it'll be like creating an online ad. We'll ask you to give some text and an image and pay the $100. And if you make it in time, awesome. Then you'll be included in a blast of 65,000 LA Weekly subscribers who want to learn about performing arts.
You know when that email is going out?
Most likely Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Ooh,
Yep.
you're gonna get on here.
So keep your eye on them. Let's go here. Boom.
Okay, hi, I'm Laura Carson, Moose, Balls, and Bluegrass, the Daughter's Journey.
Otherwise known as my high school experience.
Right? So, I just want to clarify how the press comps work, because I know in the ticketing system you can allocate comps for press specifically.
Right.
When that process happens where they click a link and it pulls the press ticket, is it pulling from that prescribed press ticket, or is it just pulling a general ticket? And
it pulls a ticket from the performance that was requested by the member of the press. So in the interface that the press sees is they'll say what performance is a drop down. They'll choose the performance, like your June 8th performance, and then it'll say how many tickets you want. And you'll get that information in the actual press request. And then it'll pull from the available tickets in that performance.
Okay, so it's not like those press tickets I've allocated myself are pulled
No.
specifically.
And
correct.
also, you have to approve the ticket too. It's not there,
right.
That it sends you that email, but you have to actually take action to give them the comp.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly. But we fill out the whole form for you, so all you need to do is hit approve, and then it goes on your wall. Great. Let's go over here. Yes, sir. Everyone will get a chance. That's you.
My name is Brendan Weinhold. We're doing Catherine Jane Austen's Northanger Abbey in today's LA. Is there any way on the website to sort by or filter by ticket price if I wanted to know all the pay what you can shows? Because we are a pay what you can show and we'd love to contact the other one. Is there any way for us to look for all of those?
Yeah.
The ticket price is under $5.
Yeah, I love it when I just developed something like last week and somebody asked a question for it.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you go, I don't know the actual URL, is it /free, /
Checking.
Yeah, we're checking. If you go to the home page, you scroll down a bit, and there's a section where it says Getting Around, Fringe Central, those little boxes with images in it. One of them currently say free pay what you can shows. And that will give you a schedule of free or pay what you can shows. And that's where you can see all of them. Now,
it's /free.
/free. HollywoodFringe.org/free. And keep in mind, that will give you a link to shows, at least one of which is pay what you can or free. And it gives you to it in a schedule format. So if you click buy tickets, it's going to show you all the performances of that show, but you'll see very clearly that's free, that's pay what you can, that's free, that's pay what you can, that one's $10. So yeah, because again, it's not completely free shows. We only have like 4 of them, so that would be a pretty lame list. But a lot of shows are pay what you can and are free. And also keep in mind, that's based on the normal price, not the participant price. Great. Okay, great. Let's go right here. Yes?
Do you think it's a good idea to have one show be pay what you can?
Ah, good question. Here's what I would say. Everyone has a different strategy. If your strategy for your first couple shows or your preview show is to get butts in seats, to get reviews, to get buzz, then yeah, definitely. We generally suggest, unless you know you can sell all of them and you know you will not have a butts in seats problem, make your preview pay what you can at least. And then go from there. Yes, but
also, I was just thinking, if you have a show that's in a kind of wonky time, then that's actually a good show to do pay what you can too.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's go all the way over here. Yes.
Hi, I'm Adam. My show is Might As Well Live, Stories by Dorothy Parker. My question is about discount codes.
Yes.
We're doing a Kickstarter and we're promising people free tickets.
Yep.
They're going to make the Kickstarter and I give them a discount code.
Yep.
And someone told me they still ask them for their credit card information. Is that because they don't know what they're doing or?
Most likely user error. But if you can replicate that and if that continue to be a problem, let's support it.
Okay, so if it is $0 though, it shouldn't still charge you that
Correct.
service fee.
Correct. And
you could also just hold the number of tickets that you're giving away in that way and not make it on them to do it. You know what I mean?
The problem then is that if you do that, you might end up having more tickets than have on reserve, and then you can't do that.
No, but well, so you would hold them though. You know what I mean? Like you would go in and make them not available, and
yeah,
then.
But what if you had more than half your tickets in a show as not available in that way, which you can't do on the site?
That is true.
I did something similar with my crowdfunding, and I was able to just comp them the same way I comp press.
Yep.
Yeah, I always comp people.
Yeah.
And you can put in their email so they get an
Yep.
email confirmation.
Yep. I'd say the easiest thing to do is to not put it on them. Don't give them a discount code. Create the comp for them for future reference if you already know it. Otherwise, discount code is fine. But yeah, if you create a discount code that should take the price down to 0 and it doesn't go to 0, and you can test that yourself, then definitely let us know. But it should work. It's probably operator error.
Also, just FYI, some people who donate to crowdfunding for tickets don't ever use them.
Yep.
Yes.
So that happens a lot.
That's why I created the discount.
Which lends credence to your strategy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you want to make it as easy as possible.
Right. Okay.
Great. So many questions. Yes, everyone will get a chance, I promise.
Oh, hi. My name's Eileen, and my show's called Doing Bernice. I was just wondering if you could, it's like a three-part, if you could reiterate when that tech
workshop?
meeting is, because you talk so fast, and I'm from the south, I couldn't.
I'm from the east, that's why I talk fast.
Saturday, May 16th, 4 p.m., Theater Asylum.
Okay, I got it. The second one is the link. Can you leave out the HTTP crap in the beginning and just have the HFF15?
Yes.
Okay. And the third one is, at the theater, there's going to be a little person selling tickets. Do you provide that little person? Do they, or is that something we take out of the theater?
By little person, you don't mean an infant. Yeah, it's based on your venue. Talk to your venue. Where are you?
Oh, at the Ruby, at the complex.
Or the Ruby. What's the complex doing these days?
You provide your own.
Oh, yeah, you provide your own. It changes, but like the complex, you provide your own.
But yeah, that is entirely venue based, so definitely make arrangements with your venue for that.
Yes. Yes, that actually, you bring up a very good point, and some other people might be thinking this at the same time, just didn't ask. Yes, as far as selling tickets to your show at the door, we do not provide those people. Some venues do, some venues do not. So definitely check to see if you need to bring someone on your staff to do so. Yes? Yes?
Hi. Damien Lavora, boss, the Untold Tony Danza story.
Well, who do you play?
Angela!
My question is about the cabaret. to do something not from the show, if I want to be like Tony, maybe singing My Way. You know what I mean? Like create something specific.
Anything
for
that you
cabaret.
want to do to promote your show,
Uh-huh.
I will most likely allow. That's all I'm going to say.
That would be fun.
Your idea,
I just really want to see that. I really want to see
Right.
Tony singing My Way. Thanks, yes.
Hi, I'm Carly. My show is called A Fan of Karma. I have two questions. I have a cabaret question and I have a ticketing question. The ticketing question is just like, is it possible to not stop the thing 4 hours or 6 hours in advance and people will just bring their,
I think it has to be at least 2 hours or something.
There's a minimum.
Yeah.
There's a minimum.
I'm checking.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that.
To avoid the problems that will no doubt come with people buying tickets last minute and you don't have them.
I think it is
But
too.
yeah, I think there's a minimum.
People like to buy things with credit cards.
Yep. If people really need to buy something on their credit cards, you can come to Fringe Central and we'll sell it to you, and we'll write you a little note that you can take to the performance. Although we don't necessarily encourage people to tell people to do that. But yeah, we can take credit cards for anything at Fringe Central at any time, and obviously on the website and the mobile app you can use credit cards to buy tickets as well. But yeah, I think there's a minimum for the ticketing shutdown.
The default online was 3 hours.
Oh, the default is 3, and I think you can go down to as low as 2.
But there's tons of ways you could set up a credit card through you. You could do PayPal, you could get a Square Reader, you could do that.
Right.
Yep.
I was just curious about the cutoff thing because definitely has that.
There's a great app called Square Register, which is like the professional version of Square Reader. That gives you like a point of sale type of app, and it's free minus service fee. So that's another way. If you want to sell credit card sales at the door, you can use Square Register. We use it for merchandise and stuff, and we've used it for bar and Paso.
1 hour.
1 hour.
Okay, awesome. And then my cabaret question is, do you have the capability of having a projector screen at the cabaret?
We
Projector,
have
no.
in the past, but not for this year. Yeah, sorry.
All right. Yes.
Okay, if I understood about the encore correctly, you must have 3 shows.
3 performances, not 3.
Performances.
Yes.
Now, if I don't have 3 shows, so I'm thinking on my butt here. If there are 3 slots available where I'm performing and I add those 2 more shows, then I could submit.
Yeah.
Yep.
As long as how many shows do you have now?
I just have
You have 1 performance. Yeah, if you can add 2 more, you could be. You could then be. You could submit.
And keep in mind that Encores, all the sponsored awards, Combined Art Forms, Pick of the Fringe, are not official Hollywood Fringe organization sponsored. They're sponsored by organizations like Theater Asylum and the very sponsored awards. So if you have questions about Encores, you have questions about any sponsored awards, don't ask us, because we don't know, because we don't run those awards. Ask the individual sponsors of the awards.
Yeah, when Ben sends out that email, which is amazing, you'll see all the awards, and all of them will have a contact person. If you want to follow up with me afterwards, that's great.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. All right, we'll get everyone. You're gonna be soon. We're gonna go with Wade because he interviewed me on his podcast.
My show is Fish Out of Whiskey. Just really quick, so for ticket sales, is there like a press panic button time before if you're looking at your performance and you're like, no one's bought tickets, I need to call my parents to come again? Is there like a kind of, according to Hoyle, panic button time before?
Right. Also a press panic, not a press panic.
Right.
Okay. Here's what people have done. It's a tradition in theater. It's a thing called papering. It's just that. It's the oh shit, I need to put butts in my seats tonight. So you're papering that night, and then you can go take to Twitter, take to Facebook. You can come to Fringe Central, which is what some people do, and let's make up an announcement. If you're saying like tickets are now free, follow me to come see my show. We'll do whatever we can to get people to come see your show. But yeah, social networks are obviously your friend. Coming to Fringe Central and actually networking are your friends as well. That's the closest thing we have to a press panic. Now, a press panic. Okay, does that answer your question?
The alternate answer to that, it's the red one.
There you go. Yes, people, I'll get to the folks that already asked questions. I'll promise to get back to you. Let's have a yes.
Hi, I'm Cyan, and my show is I Died, I Came Back, whatever. And my question's in regards to the different prices for the tickets.
Yep.
the cheaper price and the button.
Who is manning your door?
We're figuring that out next at the complex meeting.
I mean, here's the thing. Your ticket's entirely up to you. I mean, if you want to say everyone with blonde hair has to pay $14 and everyone with red hair has to pay $12, it's entirely up to you. It's like whatever you want to do, however you want to sell your tickets.
So it would be just making sure that you communicate that you want to do that with whoever's running your box office, and just make sure they know. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Like that's the thing. Fundamentally, these are your tickets to sell. So however you want to sell them at your door is up to you. If someone comes with a pen that says participant on it, that's a good way to know that they're a participant. Unless they've like beaten somebody up and stolen their participant button. Yeah. That answer your question?
Yes.
Oh, terrific. Yes, right next door.
Hi, my name is Spark, and my play is The Blonde and Other Slight Distractions. And mine is about the cabaret again. I'm just to clarify, is that like is that a one-time event, or do you guys do that? Is that like?
We start. Our first one is June 11th. Yes, and we go up until I think my last one is the 27th. It's running every night except Mondays and Wednesdays.
Okay.
What I do is I take applications, and in the application you can request dates. You can tell me which dates are available and what you would like to perform. What I like to do is I like to assign one date first, and then if I have space down the line and you want to come back to perform again, you can.
Cool.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Now I know I've been ignoring people like on this side, so yes.
Yeah, you know, and that's what I want to talk to you about.
He walks over here.
My name's Ed Goodman. I write the Poe Show. And you talked about safety.
Yep.
So this area gets a huge influx of people at this time of year.
Yep.
So I'm just wondering, are there other things that we need to be aware of in terms of like parking, cops, residents, you know, stuff like that?
Oh, sure.
That
good.
would be smart for us.
It's a good question. So one thing you'll see, there's during this time of year, we work with the BID, the Business Improvement District folks, and they basically work for the property owners in this particular area. And one of the things they do for property owners is provide roving security on bikes. These are the guys you see, like big guys on bikes with the word BID, the letters BID on the back of them. Every year we say you need to provide more. You need to provide more. So we'll have plenty of BID folks on bikes during that time. We obviously don't control them, but they'll be there. Fringe Central has security staff, and part of what they do is help walk people to cars and whatnot, so that's important. Cops, depending on if you're trying to find them or avoid them. There definitely are cops that walk around and get to know the general patrol guys, the vice guys that come in and out, because we generally follow rules.
We also notify them every year that we are happening, and we ask them to step up patrol in the neighborhoods.
Yep. So we work with the cops. We work with the BID. We have security staff available. But yeah, the main thing is like common sense plus, I would say, is your guide for safety during this time. So it's like just be overly safe if you can. Never hurts to be overly safe, but definitely always keep that in, because it does happen every year. We have incidents. Some involve firearms, some involve some involve violence, some don't. But be very hyper-aware, hypersensitive, paranoid, and as I said, just because you're a guy doesn't make you a victim, a non-victim. Yes, sir.
Oh, hey Ben, lightning round.
To that too, when you're parking your car, don't leave valuables in your car. Don't leave stuff on your seats. Put everything in your trunk. If you're leaving anything in your car at all, make sure it's in your trunk. People will break into your car just to grab a phone charger. It's stupid.
People are bastards.
People are bastards.
Yes.
15 minutes left, so lightning round.
Oh, is it time for lightning round? You see you're 10.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Yes. Wait.
Jenny Ash, or Dare 21X about proof and consequence. When you buy a ticket free, there is no charge. If somebody decides to put $1 in for pay what you can, do they now pay the fee?
Yes. I knew exactly where you're going with that question. Yes. Anything above 0 triggers a fee. Yep. So there are some situations where the fee would be greater than the ticket price if the ticket price is $1. So keep that in mind when you set $1 ticket prices. Yes?
I'm Robin Walsh. I'm with The Devil You Say. I'm one-act puppet soliloquy with singing. And my question is actually about the age limitations that have been set.
Yep.
Like I put mine at 14 and up because things happen when you have singing.
Yep. That a 13-year-old can't.
There's Adam and Eve. That's what I'm saying. So, but if there are some parents who have come to me and they know they're aware of what's going to happen and they're okay with that, can I then go back and lower the age for one performance and let the kids in and just probably make an announcement to the other audience members so they're not like,
Right. So the age restriction is show-wide right now. It's not performance-specific. That being said, yeah, you can lower it at any time. Know, though, that some people will see your show in the guide. And obviously, we can't magic the guides yet. We don't live in Hogwarts. But like, when we do, that'll be awesome. But for now, it'll always be as it is in the guide. You can change it on the website, absolutely. And yes, if you have adult content, it never hurts to make an announcement. I was going to tell a story, but it's too short on time. So ask me about a story later. Yes?
Hey everyone, Bob. Show is Old Friends, and like White Waterfalls, we're probably, not myself included, we're a pretty old cast. So try to come to the 10:30 show because it's going to be a while with an old cast. It's going to be fun. First of all, I want to give a shout out. David and support is awesome. Along the lines of technical support and everything, I'm finding impressions. This is my first Fringe Festival. Impressions. I paid for the first impressions and they ran out fast.
Right.
Whoa! And then I paid for the second one. They ran out fast. Whoa! So how? Anybody?
Question: when did you buy them?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. And then a couple weeks ago, and then a week before. How good are they? Anybody want to give me tips? Because I'm now balling on a budget, and $75 is going.
One of the things that we're going to do, I'll just let the cat out of the bag right now. Anyone who buys impressions before the festival goes live might just have a special festival bonus come around then. So that's the one thing. Because I understand what happens is we always base the cost of the impressions on the web traffic for the previous year. And then every year we get significantly more web traffic. Like, oh, okay. So yeah, we're going to take a look at what the money gives you in the impressions, and we're probably going to give everyone a special gift, because I know we've been giving serious web traffic this year, which is both good and bad. Yeah. Like, the good thing is that, yeah, if you bought 30,000 impressions, then 30,000 pairs of eyes saw it. So you got that. So yeah, good on you.
I'm not complaining.
Oh yeah, well, I'm sort of like,
strategy.
I'm understanding how you might want to complain. So we're doing that. We're going to address the price issues. We're going to give everyone a little bonus when the Fringe comes. But I would say be specific. Do you want to turn on your ad 3 days before each performance? That's one thing some people do. Remember, you can turn on and off the ad. So that's one strategy. Anybody have other strategies they use for online ads?
Well, one thing to bear in mind too is that your ad is malleable at any time. So it might be a really good idea. I don't see a lot of people doing this, but you can change the text, you can change the image, you could do things like make a special deal on tickets and then make your ad active right when you do that, so that then there's something more to the ad than just, hey, my show exists. So yeah, just be aware that you buy that one ad, you can reload that one ad with more impressions, but you can also change that ad anytime to reflect new art that you have, new deals that you have, reviews that you get, that kind of thing.
Follow-up question to that.
Sure.
Is part of that, can you also include a link to a sizzle reel or something on those impressions, or is it strictly just
You can make your ad go to a non-Fringe URL, yes. Yep. And you can change that at any time, too.
You can change that.
Can I ask also about the ad?
Yeah.
Chrissy Talon Sage, Wombat Man and the Serial Murders.
Yep.
Can the ad be a GIF, or does it have to be a JPEG?
You mean like an animated GIF?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
For technical reasons right now, but even if there were technical reasons, I would say probably not. They can be kind of distracting. But yeah, sorry about that. No animated GIFs. I think they can be GIFs so long as they're not animated. And if you try to upload an animated GIF, it'll just take the first frame, and that will be your ad. All right, where we are right now is the lightning round. So everybody who has a question, raise your hand. Okay, and what we've got here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that it?
We got 10.
9 and then a 10. Okay, so I'm gonna start over here on our system. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go work my way around. I'm gonna try to keep your questions as short as possible. I'll make the answer as serious and awesome. All right, go for it.
Wendy Hopkins. My show's called That Shitty Sweater, and I'm asking about parking. Oh, that was already asked, but is there a list of parking that we can, throw at our friends?
In the guide,
yes.
HollywoodFringe.org/guide_2015, there's information on parking. But here's the real story, is that parking can be hard.
Yeah.
Parking Sunday through Wednesday is a breeze. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, especially in northern Hollywood, becomes more of a big deal. We encourage people to use public transportation. And Dave and I both use public transportation every day. It's actually good in Los Angeles, believe it or not. So encourage your patrons to use public transportation because that's fun. Encourage your patrons to use Uber or Lyft or Sidecar.
Or to come early.
And come early. And always build that in.
The other thing you all should be aware of, if you have shows on Saturdays, remember that Hollywood Forever does the movie screenings every Saturday during June at like 7 or 8 p.m. So it is a clusterfuck, if I may. So tell people to come early.
Thank you.
Yeah, tell me.
Hi, Harmony again. You can get a code from Uber and Lyft to give to your people who are going to come to your show, like that gives them a discount, and then they may not need to.
That's very true. That's right. It's a really good idea.
And you get money for it.
Yes, and you get money in your Uber account for it. Before I take an Uber, sometimes I'm anybody here not on Uber? All right, I send you an invite. Okay, thanks.
Valet parking. Can I get a valet parking for a show?
If you pay for it.
Yeah.
And it's okay with your venue.
Okay.
Clear with your venue? Did you pay for it? Okay, great. So who's number 2?
Jim Anna, 7th Annual One-Man Show World Championships. Can you make somebody else an administrator on your page? And how?
Go to your project page while logged in as the owner of the account. Click the edit button in the team bar.
Okay.
And then any team member has an edit link below their name. Click that, and in there's a checkbox for project admin, and just
following
hit
up
save.
on that, the primary contact is the person who gets the email about the money. So there's one primary contact per show, multiple admins per show.
Thank you.
All right, number 3.
I'm Abby, and I'm doing Shackner versus Shackner.
Hey guys, if you're leaving, please try not to talk while you leave so that people can hear the questions.
And you and me, my best friend people. Mostly I want to know, if you change the price for the participant ticket, can they buy like 3 tickets with that participant price or just 1?
Excellent question. One participant, okay, per performance. 1 participant discount per participant.
Okay.
Yes, but they can buy participant discounts for multiple performances, but they only get 1 participant discount per performance.
Thank you.
Great. Who's number 4? Number 4.
Hi, Maria again. Really quickly, that
We'll get you.
costume contest or whatever, the runway,
Yep.
does it have to be a costume from your show or anything that you've imagined?
I imagine it can be anything. We're not going to be particular.
We're not going to turn you away if you show up as a dinosaur.
Yes.
Hi, my name's Bree. My show is Voicemails. My question is, if the show sells out, how do we deal with the walk-ins that come in? Right,
so if the show comes out and you have walk-ins, you do what we did today, which is like, look, we'll let you in 2 minutes before the performance if people don't show up.
Okay.
And that's the only thing you can do, right?
Yeah.
Answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Good. Now, who's number 6? Where are we now? Who is next? Yes.
Hi, my name is Faye, and our show is when we talk about possible what do we say. And my question is about our theater sponsoring their awards. So I wasn't clear about that.
How the sponsor awards work?
Yeah.
Okay, look for an email early next week, this coming week, and we'll give you a link where all the sponsored awards are. They'll list the name of the award, who's giving the award, how to contact the person giving the award, the description of the award, how many shows they're going to see as a part of giving it, and who they're looking for. And then you can look through that, find the ones that you naturally qualify for, and we'll give you a place to contact them, and you can invite them and give them comps to come see your show. Or not, you can make them pay. You can always do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, if you do get a review and it's a decent review, is there a place that you can actually post it on the Fringe website without going to what you were talking about?
Common question. So if you get a review, say, in the LA Weekly or the LA Times, or something that's not on the Fringe site and you want to include that, what we suggest is take pull quotes, as they say, from that review, like like, this show is the most awesome thing. Of course, you don't say the part other than everything else. This show is the most awesome thing, in quotes, says the LA Weekly. Put that in your long web description. So it's like, as your show starts to run, start editing your description on the website with pull quotes from reviews.
Oh, so you mean cut the description of the show a little bit? Don't you have a limited number of words?
Only for the guide.
Only for the guide. Yes.
Okay.
You can write on the actual long form web thing, and that's where to pull quotes from the reviews that you get.
And then if you want to send a link, you can send somebody to the link for the whole review to post
Oh,
a
yeah.
link on the site.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
I'm understanding this.
Well done. All right, we have a couple more. I lost track. Yes.
Yeah, Christopher Carver, it's an ensemble piece, no experience required. My question is about press releases.
Yep.
Once they're live on the Fringe website, do you come to find that this is enough, or do you also recommend getting them out to the papers as well?
Definitely. Okay, so that's only your first step, right? Like getting press tickets to your show is a bit of a seduction. So yes, talk to other participants of what they've done and what strategies have been successful. And I know that there are workshops we've given this year and previous years. The second one in particular that goes over promotion. First one or second one? Which one is the promotion one? Second one. The second one. So look at the second workshop, and it'll give you some ideas straight from participants of how they've attracted press. Talk to some other people like Kat who've done it 15 times and less, who've done it a bunch of times, about strategies for bringing press to your show. But yeah, just posting it on the website isn't enough. It's also good to actually send that release to start creating a press list. It'll be helpful forever after of members of the press. We help you start it if you go to the press awareness page in our About section. So you go hollywoodfringe.org/learn or click the About link. There's an article on the press list on dealing with press, and we give you LA press that covers the performing arts there, and you can go to the websites, figure out who they are, and send them press releases. All I'll say is when you email press releases, don't do it as an attachment. Very bad. Do it as, because nobody friggin' opens attachments. Put it actually in the body of the thing, and then it never hurts to follow up with a friendly letter too, as opposed to just sort of a press release. And say, I really love your writing, love your work, I love your opinion of the show. You're absolutely welcome. I'll count waiting for you. Just let me know. So yeah, there's a whole different ways of doing it. So it's all about strategy. Yes.
And those workshops are on the Hollywood Fringe YouTube channel.
Yeah, youtube.com/Hollywood Fringe, and then click on the Workshop in Town Halls channel, and you'll see this year's. There's also 4 years of recordings, or 2 years of recordings.
And there are different panelists, many of them, so, you know,
Yep.
some from previous years may be very useful.
So who's left of the original 10? All right, you're the last one. Last question.
Wow, yay. David, thank you Ben, so much. I've asked you so many questions, and you always email back, and it's so nice.
Oh, no problem.
My name is Felice Heather Monteith. My show is the Miranda King George Show, a solo one-woman comedy sketch talk show. Yes, Tim.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to know, I missed the first part of what you said, but the last part was, what does not get released to the house mean? That's what I wrote.
Oh, okay. I think I was talking about the 50% rule right there. Okay. It basically means that up until a few hours before the show, when you close down ticketing on the website, you need to sell at least 50% of your shows per performance through the Fringe website, box office, mobile app, and whatnot. And then after that time, after like 2 hours or 3 hours, depending on what you set, when the box office, when the online sales close, then obviously it opens it up to the house, and you can sell all those at the house.
The house being your video.
Yes, exactly. Great. All right, guys, that's it.